Long ago, in a living room very much like yours, two women made up a podcast on how movies link up to each other, and they called it 6 Degrees of Feature Film.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 6 Degrees of Feature Film podcast. I'm Agent Carter, also known as Miss Movies, also known as Brienne.
And I'm StacyOHoward.
Hey, how's it going, Stacy?
Hey, it's going so good.
Is it?
Yes.
You're still a little sick. This
A little
sickness
bit.
has gone on for months, people. Months.
It has. It really has. It's very frustrating, but I'm going to power through it. I'm here. I have my sick tea from Starbucks, which if you get a
Sounds
sick tea
good.
from Starbucks, just know that they're going to announce sick tea really loudly,
Okay.
as if they're announcing that a leper is in the presence of everyone in the shop.
You got to let people know so they can get out of the way.
Yep, that's true. Elbow it out, people. Come on, move aside for Black Plague over here. So, yeah.
I mean, I brought the tissues out for you as well as the
You
hand
sure did.
sanitizer.
You did.
So
Yes.
we're prepared.
Yes. No love lost there. No germs, Stacy. Okay.
But you know what's exciting about today?
What?
We have a guest.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
So
Yay.
fun.
Yay.
Who is it, Stacy?
It is
Chris
Skalicky.
Ah! We did it wrong.
Dang it.
Close
Dang
enough.
it.
Close enough.
Close enough. Please
Say it for us, Chris.
Announce your presence and your name.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Chris Skalicky.
Skalicky.
Skalicky. It'll get there.
Yeah, you get
it's
it.
gonna get
I've
there.
heard
It's gonna get there.
everything and anything, and sometimes I hear things like, "How in the world did you even come up with that?" But that's okay. I'm good.
Well, because you came up with it.
Well, I mean,
Or
someone else.
the other person came up with
the
it.
other person
I
came
thought
up
they
with
were
it.
saying to you.
No,
Yes.
no.
Your
How did you come
ancestors,
up with
the
that?
father of your father came up with that name.
Skalicky.
Yes, but you are a friend of the show.
Yes.
You
That's
know,
right.
Excuse me, Twitter friend and now real person friend because we've met you in
Yes.
person,
Yes.
known you for a while,
And
you're
we've
here.
worked together,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not directly because we weren't in the same area at the same
Yes,
time.
that's
However, we worked together on some trivia writing.
Yes.
Sweet.
For the Schmodown on the Schmoes Know podcast last summer, fall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
long time.
2015, I'll say.
2015,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That was an interesting journey.
It was. It's hard coming up with trivia.
It was an exercise
It
in
is.
patience
Yes.
as well as my brain. Like,
Yes.
what do I know? What movies do I know? What have I seen? What can I write? That's not too difficult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, it's like, what do other people know? Because I think
Yeah.
I know specific areas, and then other people won't know those movies, and I'm like, that's too hard, Stacy. They're not going to know your weird inside references. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to
So-
be careful on like not going down the rabbit hole of too specific when writing those questions. And
It's
like
hard.
I'm still helping the guys out with the Collider movie trivia Schmodown, and that's
Mhm.
it's fun, but it gets tough sometimes. You're trying to fill the gaps
Right.
that you don't have, and then it's like too easy, too hard. But it's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah. The other part is just because I've written movie trivia does not mean I know movie trivia.
No, I
So
started
that's
thinking
the
about
other
that. It's like, I
thing.
can write it, but then like if I they put me up there and like ask questions, I'll be like,
Yeah.
no.
When you're under the lights,
Yes.
it's totally different than when you're at home and you can just like relax and think about it. But when people are just staring at you, like a crew of people, you're like, I don't know. Who's Jamie Foxx? I don't know.
You don't know any movies.
I don't
he's in.
know.
You couldn't
I
think
know
of a single
zero.
one. It's
Well,
okay.
I could think of some, just not who else
Yeah.
was in them. So
That's
there
true.
you go.
It's hard. It's hard. Things are hard. It's okay.
Jamie Foxx is not in any of the movies that I've selected for today. But
No.
our feature film for today, first of all, here's how our show works.
Oh.
Our show works is how I can't speak anymore. Our show works like this. We take one film and we show how 6 other films link up to it in a reverse bracket sort of sense, and we come up with some kind of interesting links to put them all together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What
So-
an interesting
yes.
concept. I'm really excited we do this show
I know.
together.
Me
Yeah.
too. Our feature film for today is Rush Hour, which came out
Yay.
September 18th, 1998. 2 cops team up to get back a kidnapped daughter. This is by director Brett Ratner and written by Ross Lamanna as well as Jim Kauf, who did the screenplay and the story. And Jim Kauf also did National Treasure. And I was like, oh,
I
hey.
didn't know that.
Hey.
What
no
up,
wonder
Jim?
I like National Treasure. I think it's fun.
Exactly. Starring Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, Tom Wilkinson, Chris Penn, and Elizabeth Pena. The budget was $33 million, and it made $244.4 million at the box office. So Chris brought this movie for us today.
Yes.
I said, give me a list of films of which you would like to discuss, and this was on there, and I was like, yep, we're going to do
I
that.
almost forgot to put it on there. I was talking to my brother, and I was like, oh, yeah, this one. And
Because
so
you
I'm glad-
like Rush Hour 2
yes,
as well.
Yes. I think I actually like that one a smidge more than the first one, but I love both
yeah.
of them.
Really?
I have not seen the second or the third one. So
The third one, don't. I
okay.
think I've seen it once, and maybe just part of it.
Uh-huh.
It's a European vacation, basically.
The first two I liked a lot. First one, second one I saw in theaters. First one on VHS or something. After
Okay.
it came out.
Oh,
but
you're young. Yes.
yes.
I know. Because I saw Rush Hour in theaters, I'm sure. 98? This is in my
It
wheelhouse.
was about a year after it came out
Okay.
on VHS.
All right. I'll give you a pass then. But how is this in your, like, all right, top 5 I'd want to talk about?
Oh, this is up there. This is, definitely like 4 or 5 ones I want. I got into a big, like, Jackie Chan. I was into Jackie Chan movies for like a couple years when I was, late 90s. I think maybe been Rush Hour that got me into it. I don't know, because I watched, Rumble in the Bronx, Who Am I, all those other ones. But I just had a good time. I was, probably middle school age. Me and my buddies would watch this movie, and we'd just crack up, like, at the jokes and the action scenes, and probably stuff that wasn't really funny. We would laugh and have a great time. And then just the back and forth between Chan and Tucker was just a lot of fun.
Right. It is fun. This reminds me, this year I was a junior in high school, and I was in Spanish class. And in Spanish class, at the end of the year, you have to make like a movie in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
And one of the groups did like a Jackie Chan film called La Bomba.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
I'm now remembering like how hilarious that was.
That's so
It's probably
funny.
a pretty good one.
Wow.
But it's basically
inspired.
inspired by this.
I want to see
Must
that
have
movie. Oh, wow.
You may have seen a movie
Oh, wow.
like this on YouTube or something like that.
I remember seeing this movie, like you said, on VHS with my older brother. It was one of those weekends where the parents were away. He let me watch, because there's some dirty words in the movie. There's some violence. Oh, my gosh. There's
is.
some sassiness. There's some
They say the N-word in this movie, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because-
gosh. Like now? No way.
But
No
a lot
way.
of Chris Tucker's lines were ad-libbed. Like, he improvised a lot of his scenes. And then the scene where he's arguing with his cousin in the back
On the back room.
yeah. of the restaurant, all that. I mean, Brett Ratner was like, I don't even know if I can even cut the scene, because they were just improvising so fast, and like there's still some continuity errors in there because they just came up with all kinds of stuff and they just went on and on and on.
It's crazy. I can't imagine improvisation in that manner, on that level. Like, all these cameras are here. We're going to do this right now. Like,
Yeah.
my brain is more like, I need to learn my lines.
Yeah.
I'm going to say my lines. They will be the lines from the script. Like, that is my brain. I can't think outside that box all the time.
It's true.
Rarely.
It's hard.
When I was little, like middle school, I did some plays, and it was like focus on the lines.
Right.
Like, there's no way I would have tried to throw something else in there, but
Well, when you're in middle school and high school, they don't really have improv
No.
classes.
no, it was just memorize and focus and go.
My one exposure to improvisation was sometime in high school. There was this place called Comedy Sports that was not really that near our house, but it was something that we went to on a field trip for, I don't know, church or something, like the high school group. And it was so good. And everything that they did, you had to shout out things for them to do, because they'd say okay, we need a movie title. And it could be a movie that or it could be just one you make up. And then they would create a scene based on something that was shouted out to them. And I was just so impressed with how they were able to do that. I had my 16th birthday at Comedy Sports. Yes, because I'm that kind of a geek.
Okay.
And I think that might have been the last time that I went there. Maybe. Maybe I went one other time after that. But
We got to go again. We got to go
It's
again.
fun. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. I mean, we go to improv things.
We do.
We definitely do. I mean, we've gone to Comedy of Nerds.
Yeah. I
Not
went
Comedy of
last night to
Nerds.
an
Tournament
improv
of
show.
Nerds. What is that? I
Tournament
don't
of
know
Nerds.
what
Comedy of Nerds.
Comedy of Nerds, Tournament of
It's
Nerds,
the
same
where
thing.
We started something, improv.
Hosted by Hal
Give me a
Redneck.
word. Apple. You're the apple of my eye. Oh, improv is not my strong suit. Yeah, Rush Hour was this insane. It's spawned a franchise. It's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It was just this buddy cop movie. Will Smith was going to be in it.
Right?
Eddie Murphy was going to be in it, but he dropped out to do
Tupac?
Tupac
I
was
did not
going to
know
be in
that.
it.
Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah. All these crazy people were going to be. And then Chris Tucker just came in and killed it.
Yeah, this was my first introduction to him too.
Yeah.
You hadn't
But
seen Friday before?
I haven't. Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
Wait,
movie.
The
Oh,
Fifth
Friday's
Element
great.
too, right? Didn't that come out before this, or it was around the
Fifth
same
Element was
time?
97,
Same time.
I
That may have been right
think.
before,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
He's kind of weird in that movie.
Oh, I
Yeah,
loved
he
Ricky
is.
Rock. I loved him
He's
in
hilarious.
Fifth Element. A lot of people think it's the character's really annoying. I don't. I was like all
It's
about it.
so out there.
Kobe,
but
my man. You have any? Father, I got no lie. You smoke, Father. I remember his whole monologue in
Wow.
there when he's
Wow.
doing all of his elements and stuff. I know.
I do
too
like that
much.
this is Jackie Chan's first English speaking role without being dubbed. So that's kind of a big thing for him.
yeah, it kind of pushed him in more limelight there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember seeing this back, in Walmart when you could scan the videotapes and they'd show a little clip of the film before you watch.
Right.
I don't remember that.
That's I think it was the fight scene where they're fighting up in the restaurant. And I saw that scene. I was 13 or 14. It's
Okay, I
this
gotta
movie's
see
awesome.
this.
I got to watch this
Yes.
movie.
You don't remember that? Do you remember Blockbuster Video, as we've discussed, that I've worked for? No.
I remember it vaguely. Yes.
Because they would do the
yes.
same thing at Blockbuster. You'd have they'd do different cut scenes from things that are coming out that week.
I just remember. I
Yeah.
mean, there was video, TVs around, and kind of
Yeah.
a movie was playing. They always played
Oh,
a
maybe
movie.
a movie. Okay.
Yeah, they played one movie. But then I was like, that's kind of a cheat. You could just kind of pretend that you're looking for movies and stay in here for
And
2
watch
hours
it-
and watch a
watch it.
movie.
Well, you're still there.
You're still there. That's true.
All we got to do is get you in. That's it.
That's true. That's
And
very
then
true.
I'm sure you're going home with something.
Yes.
So, what if it was just whatever movie we were watching? You're like, all right, I'm going to rent that. I got to wait till you guys are done so I can rent it.
That's a good marketing ploy right there.
Be kind, rewind. Don't see that movie, guys. Don't see that movie.
That's
Be
a
kind,
movie?
I haven't
rewind.
seen-
Oh my gosh, that's a terrible movie with Jack Black.
Really?
It's so
I
bad.
remember seeing a trailer for it a long time ago. I was like, it looks interesting, but I never saw
It's
it.
probably one of the
What's
worst
it
things I've
about?
ever seen.
What's
Huh?
it about?
It's about this video store, and then there's gonna be something that happens, it's gonna go away, and then they try to save the video store. I don't even remember.
it was
It's so
something like
bad.
Some of the tapes got erased or something.
Yeah, and they had to
They had to
remake them.
remake
They
'em
have to
with-
remake them.
make
Yep.
'em with
That's one of the
themselves
things.
shooting
That
the
sounds
That's right.
interesting and funny. It's not funny.
No, not
Oh,
funny.
dang.
Not funny.
That sucks.
All right, well, let's move it on because, since this was Jackie Chan's first English speaking role, let's move it on to another one where he did also his own English speaking, and that is Shanghai Knights.
Yes.
We're linking it to odd couple buddy cops or odd couple team ups.
Uh-huh.
So we could kind of leave it a little bit open there. It doesn't necessarily have to be a cop. So Shanghai Knights came out February 7th, 2003, when a Chinese rebel murders Chong's estranged father and escapes to England. Chong and Roy make their way to London with revenge on their minds. I don't like that synopsis, by the way. I like to
Yeah.
critique the synopsis
Yeah.
after I've already read it
Yeah.
because, you'd think I'd do it before and then choose something different. But I didn't. So, anyways, directed by David Dobkin, who did Wedding Crashers, and written by, oh, guys, I was so excited, written by Alfred Goh and Miles Milnar. Do
Oh.
either of you know what else they do?
No.
They did a TV
really
series.
Smallville, right?
Yes!
Yes.
Oh, of
Nice,
course.
Chris. I was as soon as I saw the names, I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
And then I felt really kind of a little bit nerdy inside because I knew that they
okay.
did Smallville, and I
okay.
was like, I love that I can make that connection and not have to look it up.
Good job.
I was proud of
Great
myself.
show.
That's all.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud
Thanks. Starring
I-
Jackie Chan, Owen Wilson, Donnie Yen, Fan Wan, and Aidan Gillen.
of you. Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Peter Baelish.
That's right.
From
Also-
Game of Thrones.
Also the mayor in The Wire,
Yes.
if you watch The Wire.
When he showed, I rewatched this weekend because it's been a while since I've
Yes.
seen it. And when he showed up, I was like, "Holy crap!"
I
It's
know.
Littlefinger.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
And then then he stabs the guy, and I'm like, "The Lannisters send their regards." And then he's like, and then he's like, he sends his regards. I'm like, he said the line.
Ah,
Even though he didn't say it
Awesome.
in the show, but it was still cool.
It's still, you got
so
it.
great.
The budget was $50 million and it made $88.3 million at the box office. This came after Shanghai Noon. I liked Shanghai Noon, but I liked Shanghai
Yeah.
Nights better. I don't
like
know why.
Shanghai Knights way better. That's what I was
I'm
gonna
not
say.
sure why.
I need to watch Noon again, but watching Nights again the past couple days ago, I
Mhm.
was like, this is really good.
And I was just thinking about it the other day, these fight scenes are phenomenal, and you don't see those types of fight scenes anymore because of the fact that all of this is practical. And I mean, obviously they have, I'm sure, some wires and things like that, but like everything is happening as you see it.
Yeah.
Whereas now it would be, oh, let's just get a green screen and CGI and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, like this is not CGI. This is him actually doing this. Like, obviously there's some things like explosions or whatever, but
You know, and it's interesting
incredible.
you say that because a lot of the fight scenes are paying homage to older films of like Charlie Chaplin, which the little boy is Charlie Chaplin. Aaron Taylor Johnson, whatever his name is.
I don't know what else he's in.
Quicksilver
Okay. Oh,
from Age of Ultron.
yeah.
And a ton of other things.
Kick-Ass.
And Kick-Ass, yes. And then you know how he does the singing in the rain.
Yes,
bit?
I
It
love the
has
singing in the
everything.
rain.
It's just so physical. It's such a physical comedy performance that you do live.
And the revolving door fight,
That
I was
great.
super impressed by it. And I was like, do they even really have, at that time, did they have revolving doors quite like that? Were they mechanical revolving doors? Like, I really got on this. Like, I need to look this up. Because, like, I can see a revolving door, like, not, that one was mechanical. Like, it would keep moving. But I was like, I feel like at that time, would they have that? Would that machine be doing that? Or would you have to push it for it to work? Anyways, that caught me on, like, wait a minute. Something's not right here. I also enjoyed the pillow fight.
Yes.
What do you know?
I liked the fight. I liked the sister. I
Yes.
liked her and Roy's little romance. I thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad she didn't just fall for him immediately.
Yeah.
She didn't have a martial arts background, so she had to learn all
really?
that.
Oh.
So good
She's
for
a
her.
ballerina.
She did
She's a
really-
dancer.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. She's
Impressive.
super talented. For
Impressive.
sure. For sure. And they have their little, don't they have, is it the first one or the second one they have a bathtub scene where they're like playing a drinking game?
That's the first one.
Oh,
Shanghai
that's
Noon.
hanging.
That's
Yeah.
that's the first one.
Yeah,
See, I'm
they
getting
start drinking, and he gets him to. They start saying it faster and
Yeah, yeah,
faster.
yeah. You can tell that scene probably started as one thing, and then Owen and Jackie just had fun with it, and it ended up being just like a choke scene. They probably got actually drunk during that. That would be fun.
I wonder if Shanghai Noon ends in the same way as Shanghai Nights in terms of you see like the bloopers, and I don't remember because I haven't
you
seen
do.
Shanghai Noon in a long time.
I think a lot of
think
his
so.
do like,
Always
like
have- 'cause Rush
the
Hour
Rush
did.
Hours do.
Yeah.
The Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights. That's what I like about those two because they're
Yeah.
fun. You get to see the bloopers and then like him doing the stunts and him actually getting hurt like
Yeah.
when he's doing that. But we're talking about the fight scenes when he was fighting Donnie Yen toward the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking we don't see a lot of this type of actor stunt person like that's a good actor that does all of his own stunts and fights that
Right.
much anymore. I was like, are we gonna get someone else like that?
That's a good question. And could he still do it?
And-
I want more of these movies. I've
yeah.
decided
I was thinking just like, how old is he? He's in his late 50s, I think. Isn't
anything's possible,
Yeah.
right? Owen Wilson needs some work. Let's
Yes.
let's
Yeah.
bring it back.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
I mean-
Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights, Shanghai Morning. I don't know.
Shanghai Ninjas.
Then
I
throw
d-
Chris Tucker in there, and you got some type
Yeah.
of
Oh,
like
Imagine if
crazy.
Chris Tucker had
Hey.
a cameo. Oh, that would be great.
Let's do
He's like
it.
the bartender, and then Owen and Jackie come in, and then
he doesn't even have to have a cameo. I got a full-on role. They'll all team up.
maybe.
Because you know how, like, if we were to put Chris Tucker into this film, I would probably do him as the role of, like, the guy that, eventually is the author of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would have him be, like, the Scotland Yard guy, you
Yeah.
know?
That guy was really funny too.
This isn't a yard. This is a prison. Anyway,
This
that guy
movie.
was good. I liked him.
I love all the references in here to like stuff that we know, and then
Mhm.
but they
John
didn't-
Wayne,
Yeah,
Charlie
John
Chaplin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sherlock
Sir
Holmes.
Arthur
I
Conan.
think
Mhm.
it's all great.
It is all great. It's very
Uh-huh.
cute.
And it's got Littlefinger. This movie's so fun. This movie's so fun.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love it? Who doesn't have a great time watching? I want to rewatch it after this. I want to get some chicken fettuccine alfredo and rewatch Shanghai Nights. That's what I'm
Okay.
going to do today.
That's good. That sounds good.
That's my,
Sounds like a
my day's
plan.
plan. I'm off
Where
for
is
it.
that chicken fettuccine alfredo coming from?
There's
is my
this little
question.
hole-in-the-wall Italian restaurant called Mangia by my house. It's like $17 for their chicken alfredo. It's way too expensive, but I'm going to splurge today and I'm going to buy it
Okay.
for myself because I deserve it.
There's
Okay?
something that opened up by your house that I was like, I need to go to that. It's like some churro on a loop that's in like a frozen yogurt thing.
I
It
don't
looks
know.
crazy.
I don't
Looks
know about
crazy.
this,
I got to
but-
try it.
Okay, we'll go there. We'll go there.
So that's Shanghai Nights, guys.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
we're going to do? We're going to take it from Shanghai Nights And we're going to move it over to another odd couple, buddy cop, buddy team up sort of situation. And that's 21 Jump Street, which came out March 16th, 2012. A pair of underachieving cops are sent back to a local high school to blend in and bring down a synthetic drug ring. This is by directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, which you may know from...
The Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Sure
Love that. Another one that I was like, I know those guys.
Yes.
I know where they're from. Writers Michael Bacall, who did the screenplay. He also did Project X and Scott Pilgrim. And Jonah Hill also wrote for this film. Starring Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, Dave Franco, Brie Larson, Rob Riggle, DeRay Davis, and Ice Cube. Budget was $42 million and made $201.6 million at the box office. And Channing Tatum turned this role down twice before Jonah Hill convinced him that he should be doing this movie.
That's right. That's right.
So there you go.
I want to know who convinced Ice Cube to be in it.
Is there any
How did
convincing needed? It's like,
I mean, no,
I'm
but
down for this.
but how do you know that? I mean, Ice Cube, he's done lots of movies. He's kind of more of a family man now. How do you convince him to come back and be Cube again? Be the tough guy Cube.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how they did it, but I'm glad they did because he's the best part of this movie.
I know.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I did like the cameo reveal towards the end.
That was awesome.
That was
that
amazing.
that was pretty
Like,
great.
I didn't even watch the show, and I knew I got it when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
One of my other favorite parts of this movie is the "My name is Jeff." Whatever that was.
They're ridiculous disguises.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the
second one.
That's the
I'm
beginning
getting
of 22. Yeah.
I'm getting it confused. I also in the
Both are
second
good.
one liked the very end when they go through all the different possible sequels.
Yes.
That's the
All
best.
those I want to see, by the way. All of
So
them.
sorry for getting them confused, guys. Now I'm like, what happened in this movie? Haven't seen
I
it in a
think
while.
they're in
Same
high
thing.
school.
Same thing.
Someone's,
Yeah, exactly.
someone's in skinny jeans.
That's right.
And tights.
Oh, okay.
Brie Larson's a cute little high schooler. There's Doves.
I do remember
Yeah.
Dave
Yeah.
Franco.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the drug. Yeah, well, both of them had, I think, drugs in them where they were trying to crack the.
What's the
what was
drug
it?
called again? Holy fucking shit.
Yes.
Like
I wrote
HFS.
HFS. Yes.
HFS. That's hard. That's hard to say 3 times fast. HFS. HFS. See, I can't do it.
Hmm.
Can't do it. It's
No.
too much. I kind of want to try it though.
It
'cause
should
they-
be FHS, just in general of letters. So it's like kind of like a high school, like it's the high school,
FHS.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. My
Far-
high school was PHS, Pioneer High School.
BHS. Bryan High School.
Chris.
BHS.
Oh,
Bolivar High School.
Bolivar. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
nice. So yeah, that's why I think you should turn those letters around, but that wouldn't work.
HSF. See, I can't
No,
say it.
FHS.
FHM. HFM. HSN. We're selling stuff online.
All right, sounds good to me. So tell me what else you guys like about this movie. Convince me to watch it
Such a
again.
surprise. Like I
That's
guess I
true.
remember hearing it was good, but I went with a bunch of my friends, some of my close friends that are fun to watch movies with anyway, and we just had a blast. Just laughing our butts off. Ice Cube doing his thing, and then the beginning where it starts in 2005, you see the flat of them younger,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's when I graduated high school in 2005. So I got it was really like the references and everything was very hit back to memories, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But then just their interaction. I wasn't really a Channing Tatum fan. I never saw any of his other movies, I don't think, before this. But
yeah,
he was
no step up
he
for
was-
you.
no, not yet.
Okay.
But I
You didn't
really
like Dear
liked.
John.
Haven't seen that
Dear
one.
John. Yes. Amanda. Seyfried.
But it was just a lot of fun. Their chemistry, and then just their role reversal
Mm-hmm.
where they get mixed up, and then the car chase scene where they crash into like the oil truck and the gas truck, and then it'll explode, and then they hit the truck full of chickens,
Yeah.
and then it just has this massive explosion. Oh man.
I do like that there was that kind of role reversal of Jonah Hill is the popular one
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Channing Tatum is not. But then Channing Tatum kind of learns to be like the nerd and like embraces that and actually learns something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is
he's
kinda
hanging out with the
nice.
science nerds, and
Yeah.
he's like, they start blowing up stuff, and like, science is so awesome, and he's getting all into it. Yeah.
So I kinda
shit,
liked
forgot.
that.
And the teacher that likes in the science teacher. What's
I
her
don't even
name?
remember.
She plays Kimmy Schmidt.
yeah.
Ellie Kemper.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she sees him and she's like, like a big what?
God.
Like,
She's great. Nick Offerman is in this, from Parks and Rec. Who else? Everyone makes a cameo in this. I feel like anybody in comedy that's great at improvising.
I like Rob Riggle. We see him from time to time. He was he's the coach. I'll just say he's the coach.
He is the coach. He is.
when they have their drug trip, when they're talking to him and they're seeing all the stuff and like he's sticking his tongue out. He's like, "Put your tongue back in." It's like, "I don't like that. Put your tongue back in." And then they're trying to throw up the drugs they just took, and they're gagging each other in the stall. The janitor walks in, looks at him, and just turns around and walks away.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, and then the flashback scene when they're in high school, and then Jonah Hill is dressed up like Eminem Slim Shady.
I gotta rewatch this, guys.
Orange yellow hair,
Oh,
the
remember the orange yellow
braces and
hair.
the
My
chain.
brother had that. My brother had that hair, guys.
Nice.
So much to look at. It's too much. It's too bright on your face.
I gotta do a double feature: 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street.
Yep.
You know,
They're doing 23 Jump Street, right?
probably.
I thought they were.
They're doing the Men in Black crossover.
Oh,
It might
that's
be 23,
right.
I think, is what it's called.
Interesting. So
Oh.
strange. Why?
Yeah.
Oh well. You know what? I'll
Cross
probably check
I
it
mean,
out.
you get
Who knows?
you get Jonah Hill and
Mm-hmm.
Channing Tatum, but then the Men in Black side's not Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Right.
So I don't know.
Mhm.
We'll see. It'll be fun. Maybe.
Nice.
It'll be fun for sure.
So we started with Rush Hour. We then went to odd team ups or odd buddy cop team ups. And we went with this movie, which is 21 Jump Street, as well as Shanghai Knights. And now we're going to go off and do our branches off of those films. So would you like us to go first, Chris, or would you like to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go first.
Okay. So what we did was our link is when older people go back to high school for some reason. Stacy, would you like to talk about the first one that you brought?
Sure. So, I mean, this is a classic choice, a 90s choice, an obvious choice. Billy Madison.
Right.
Yeah. So, in order to inherit his fed-up father's hotel empire, an immature and lazy man must repeat grades 1 through 12 all over again. Came out in 95. Directed by Tamra Davis. Of course, it stars Adam Sandler, Darren McGavin, Bridget Wilson-Sampras, Bradley Whitford, Norm Macdonald. Anybody from that, SNL era, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Farley as a cameo as the bus driver, I believe, with some red face and some kids yelling.
Yes.
And
O'Doyle rules.
yeah,
That's what
O'Doyle
they're-
rules.
O'Doyle
I haven't seen
all
this
they're
movie in a
yelling.
while, actually. I
Yeah.
need to rewatch it,
been a
though,
long time.
because
Mhm.
everyone quotes it, and I feel like just all the guys have. It's a little too early for my generation, but for people that
I was
are
gonna
like
say,
30.
It's got to be a little early for your generation because I made a joke on like some show with Hector and Adam, like that was from Billy Madison, and no one picked up on it. And I was like, okay,
What?
guys. It was like something about what day was it? And I was like, it's Nudie Magazine Day. And everyone looked
I
at me
don't-
like,
yeah.
what? And I was like, all right, guys, I got to go.
But yeah, you know what? Okay, I read this piece of trivia on IMDb. I don't think that this is real. This is
Okay.
Robert De Niro's favorite film. It said, I don't
Like,
believe
We got to
that.
fact check that.
Who asked him that question?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and what was his? Billy Madison, Nudie Mag Day, Miss Movies.
O'Doyle rule.
O'Doyle rule.
I can't imagine. I
Oh,
cannot.
man.
I can't picture him sitting there watching Billy Madison, and the kindergarten teacher's like putting the paste on her face, and he's like, "This is good acting. This is great." I did a really, really good De
I
Niro
love this.
impression just
I love
now.
this
You did.
piece of trivia.
But I
Thank
don't
you
know
to the
who added
person that submitted that.
Yes,
for
thank you.
IMDb.
I've been trying to figure out how to add trivia to IMDb. You can't do it unless you're
You
like
have an account.
an
You have to have an account. Yeah.
So, and you have to like pay for that, which I would
Oh,
pay
you have to
$2.
do that one? No.
I feel like you have to
you
pay
can have
for
a free account, and then there's the IMDb Pro. But I don't think that you need Pro to write trivia. I'm not sure. I gotta
don't
look
know.
that up.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
you
I
could
guess
just
I have to sign in.
Fill in.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to add trivia for Steven Seagal for a while.
Okay.
So I'm gonna figure out
Great.
how to do that.
Do it.
And then my goal is to have someone else find it and be like, Stacey,
Uh-huh.
have you seen this? And I'm like, No,
Yeah.
what's this? Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait. So in this movie, he has to. It's like 2 weeks per grade. Is that right? If I remember
think
correctly.
it's like a week per grade.
Something like that. It's
Something
been
like
a long time
that.
since
It's
I've seen
short.
this.
He just has to
Yeah.
pass for every grade.
Okay.
And my favorite scenes are probably the youngest ones, the kindergarten ones, because all the
Of
kids
course.
loved Adam Sandler and would like jump all over him in between
Mhm.
takes and
This
like,
will
play
never
with
be
him.
our milk.
Yeah.
I always think of that. Sometimes, like last night when I was pouring milk, and then I think my daughter said something like, "I want milk," and I'm like, "This will never be our milk." Anyways, sorry.
I'm sure
Sorry,
she got the
everyone.
reference too.
I don't even like this movie that much, but yet I still know a lot of
Yeah,
quotes
you know
from
to
it.
Quote it.
You know, I think it's all right. But
It's
fun.
it's one of those. It's in a bubble. It's the
Yeah.
Adam Sandler bubble of
Mhm.
when everyone
he was funny.
when he was funny and everyone loved him.
Okay.
Well, everyone still loves him, but he's
Yeah.
just not funny.
I never
they?
was much of a Sandler fan. Like I
Okay.
enjoyed Happy Gilmore,
Right.
you know, Waterboy. I've seen Billy Madison, not
Mhm.
that often, not enough to I can't know like all the quotes. I probably would have missed your Nudie Magazine quote.
Man, guys.
But
Get
I
on
had
it.
I had other
You're just
friends
not
my
in
age
with
that
the
watched it,
hip
but
kid.
I just one of those that kind of I fell
Yeah.
out of my
Right. I get
watch.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
there it is.
Sorry, guys.
That's
There's
Billy
the
Madison,
yawn.
guys.
There's the yawn. That's
Okay,
Billy
so for
Madison. It's so
mine,
interesting.
I chose Never Been Kissed, which came out
Aw.
April 9th, 1999. 1999, our favorite year of film.
Best
A
year for
journalist
movies.
enrolls in her old high school as part of research for a story. This is starring Drew Barrymore, David Arquette, Molly Shannon, Michael Vartan, and Lily Sobietsky. Hey, Lily Sobietsky. She left acting. I don't know if you guys all knew this, because it's kind of like, where did she go?
Yeah.
She chose to leave acting and like be a mom and stuff like that. So good for her. Good job.
Good for her. Yeah. I want her to come back though. I want her to
I
do
like her.
another The Wicker Man.
Yay, Wicker
Yay,
Man.
Wicker Man.
The budget was $25 million. It made $84 million at the box office. This is James Franco's film debut, and I don't remember him in here anywhere. And
Was he
I've
one of
never
the
seen this
bullies?
film.
okay, so basically, this is kind of a reflection of what happened with Cameron Crowe. Like Cameron Crowe went back to his old high school at 21.
Okay.
And wrote a novel and a screenplay based on his experience, which eventually became Fast Times at Ridgemont High, everyone.
Oh, wow.
So there you
okay.
go.
There you go.
Wait. So why did he go back
To write the
to
screenplay.
write? Did he pretend that he was a high schooler?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Hold
He
on,
did.
I haven't heard of this.
Oh, yes.
Wait, that's a real thing that
That
you
is
can
a
do.
real thing.
How can you legally do that though?
I mean, all the adults know.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he just lied to the students.
Yeah. Simple.
This is crazy.
I mean, sometimes actors do this all the time. We've talked about this before. There was an actor that did it and lasted like 2 days.
Oh yeah.
For Kevin Bacon for Footloose.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Oh.
He was like,
He was like,
"Fuck this."
Nope.
Couldn't do it.
I'm
Oh
out.
yeah, I forgot.
But there's some really sweet moments in this movie. Basically, yeah, she's back in high school. And when she originally was in high school, she was just like constantly teased. And her brother was totally like the cool kid. And it kind of goes the same way, not exactly, but kind of the same way when she returns. And like her brother returns too, because she's like, I need some help. I'm not going to be able to get this story. So she asks him to come with her. And like, again, he becomes the cool kid and she's kind of on the outskirts, but she's not it's not exactly how she was before. Like she's kind of in with the popular group, but not exactly.
She's different from
popular.
them.
Have you seen it, Stacey?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
okay.
seen Never Been Kissed. Yeah, for sure.
I do like the scene where they have the dance and they have to come as like famous pairs. So I think hers is like Romeo and Juliet, something ridiculously, obvious. But her group of like science friends decide they're all going to go together and they're going to be the double helix.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Nice.
awesome.
That's
and they
cool.
like are on roller skates and stuff. I was
great.
like, this is the
That's
best. I
cool.
love that group. And then the like popular girls goes like Malibu Barbie and Ken.
Jessica
Okay.
Alba is one of
Yeah.
the popular girls.
Oh,
Huh.
she is.
Yes.
She is.
I think it's her first movie is this one.
I think it might be, but it didn't say that in here, or at least I didn't write that down. So
Or
I
no,
don't
she
know.
was in one of the Free Willy movies. I
Oh,
think.
hey.
That might have
Oh,
been
wow.
one of her first movies.
But in this movie, unlike Cameron Crowe, where the adults probably knew that he was coming back to write this and stuff, in the movie, the adults don't know that she's older. So she kind of has this romance, not really, but kind of has a crush on this one teacher. and he kind of has a crush on her too, but he's like, she's like young, like I can't have a crush on you.
Yeah.
And so he kind of like keeps that like aside because he's like, nope, I can't like her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then her story comes out. Okay, I'm just going to spoil the movie unless anyone's interested in going back and seeing Never Been Kissed.
Go for it.
It's cute. Everyone should watch it.
They
It's
should.
adorable. Yeah.
So here it is, guys. And you can turn it off right now if you'd like to.
Pause. Come back.
So
Hey, there you go. There you're back. You've watched Never Been Kissed.
her story comes out, and she was like, I went and did this. I was in the high school to kind of break this story about cliques in high school and how it doesn't mean anything or something like that. And then her whole title is called Never Been Kissed. And she was like, I ended up falling in love with this teacher. I think that he might like me too. I'm going to wait on this mound at some like...
the dugout.
So, yeah, in the dugout at this stadium or whatever. And hopefully he'll meet me there. And this was at the time when you didn't have cell phones and things like that. So
So you don't know.
you don't know if
wait.
he, did he read it? I don't know. He might not have read it. So anyways, he shows up
That would have been super
and he kisses her.
embarrassing.
It's very cute. But like all these other people show up too. It's just like a, like neighborhood, like dugout. It's not really like a huge thing. I mean, it has a little stadium, but everyone shows up because they want to see if he's going to make
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
kind of
Like
cute.
the high school baseball.
Maybe that's what it is.
Baseball stadium thing.
Oh,
John C.
nice.
Riley's in it. So is Molly Shannon.
Nice.
right?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think so.
Actually-
Teachers? Or
no,
what?
they
Is
play
she a
her
teacher?
coworkers.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yep,
then her
yep,
boss
you're right.
is who plays her boss?
I don't know.
I forgot, some guy that's always the boss in movies. Who
Anyway.
knows? Jessica Alba's
The
in
boss.
it. Yeah.
So there it is. Never
Cute,
been
very
kissed.
adorable. Talking out of the side of her
Going
mouth
back
all
to
the
high
time.
school for some reason.
Yep.
Adults.
There you go. So that's our link. Yeah. Chris, let's move on to your
Yes.
films.
All right, my link. It may be a little bit of a stretch, but these are some films I wanted to talk about.
Hold on a second. This is off of Shanghai Nights.
Yes,
so
this is
everyone
off of
knows.
Shanghai
Okay.
Knights.
And this
Yes,
is
this will be characters put into new environments that they're not unfamiliar with. They're kind of
Okay.
a fish out of water type
Okay.
thing.
sounds good.
One is a classic. First of all, I love westerns. I grew up watching John Wayne westerns, and so I went with John Ford's 1962 The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Whoa.
I don't know if you've
Nope.
ever seen
Never
that
heard
movie.
of this?
I don't think I've seen a John Ford film, but I do want to see The Searchers.
Because yes,
I've
he's done
heard
the
really
Searchers.
good.
Searchers is fantastic. He's done Grapes of Wrath, Rio Grande, another John Wayne film. But this stars John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Lee Marvin, and Vera Miles. And the movie starts with Jim Stewart he's a senator, and his wife, played by Vera Miles, they're coming back to their town and the town they were from for a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out it's the character that John Wayne played. This is several years back, and he's a big senator, and so like the newspaper guy's like, what are you doing in our town? Why are you back? You owe me a story. And so he tells the story of pretty much his life, and so the whole movie's a flashback.
Okay.
And he's like a young lawyer coming out west. He gets jumped by a gang led by Liberty Valance,
Mhm.
and he gets beat up, kicked, left for dead. And like all of his law books are tore up and everything. And John Wayne's character finds him, brings him into town. And in this town, like everybody fears Liberty Valance. He's kind of a hired gun. But he starts teaching the people in town like how to read and write, and kind of gets everybody excited about, learning and becoming they're in a territory and they want to become part of a state.
Okay.
So it's kind of he's in a completely new environment. He keeps getting challenged by this hired gun, and the only person that he's scared of is John Wayne's character. His name's Tom Donovan. He's kind of he's not a hired gun or anything, but he's just good with a gun, tough guy, typical John Wayne type character. And so Tom Donovan is the name of John Wayne's character, and he loves this girl that Jimmy Stewart starts teaching how to read and write and all this stuff, and they kind of hit it off. Well, anyway, short story, I guess, is that before there's an election, and there's Jimmy Stewart's character's up for election to be like a representative, and Lee Marvin, Liberty Valance, is up for election, and then the newspaper guy. Well, Lee Marvin's character doesn't get nominated or whatever. Well, he pretty much calls out Jimmy Stewart to come out into a duel. Well, Jimmy Stewart shoots and kills Liberty Valance, and he kind of gets known for that, and becomes nominated for Congress and all this stuff. Well, I can spoil the twist in it if you want me to.
No.
No?
Leave it there.
Leave it there?
Yeah, leave it there.
Yeah.
So there's more to
I mean, we know someone shoots him because
shoots him.
that's the name of the
Yes.
movie, so I'm okay with that.
But it's
if
just
there's
a
a
great
twist, I wanna
classic
know.
film where he's a lawman, he's a scholar, and he's thrown into this environment where it's the way of the gun.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's trying to learn how to shoot, and he's trying to bring people out of the old ways, and John Wayne's there to kind of teach him and help him, but they're kind of both interested in the same girl. It's just a great movie. I rewatched it this weekend, and it's just a great classic film.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm interested.
So
I do
This
like
makes
Jimmy Stewart.
me want to rewatch The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Yes.
Not because the plot is similar, but I just want to watch a movie about gunslingers, kind of. So
Okay. Why not go with a new one
yeah,
and watch this one?
yeah.
and it's
I'll
not like
do
a
that.
typical some typical westerns that are a little more like shoot 'em up action, not necessarily westerns were action films. This is kind of a quieter, more drama type western, but it's still a good watch.
Nice.
So that is my first film.
Cool.
Nice.
I like
Okay.
it.
My
Okay.
second film, I just had to talk about this movie. I picked The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh,
Right.
Frodo, he's thrown into a completely new world, completely out of his element. I love this movie. It's my favorite movie of all time. Lord of the Rings films, they're my Star Wars, or what Star Wars is to some, that's what those are to me. Like I
Right.
grew up loving Star Wars and Indiana Jones and Back to the Future, but seeing The Fellowship, got me interested in not just movies again, but just like how movies are made.
Mhm.
All the prop that goes into them, post-production, pre-production, like I've watched the special features on those discs dozens of times.
Ooh, The Fellowship of
The
the Cast? Is
yeah.
that what it's called?
Just like on the extended, I own the extended edition DVDs, and each set's got 2 DVDs that are like 8 hours of behind the scenes, and I've
Yeah.
watched each one of those. I've watched all the
Wow.
commentaries, but I love I think the first one's my favorite. I just like the more the streamline of the story. You don't have all the different offshoots and stuff. And for another silly reason, it's when it ends, there's 2 more movies. When Return of the King ends, there's no more movies to watch. So I kind of have that silly logic in my head. But one of my top 5 favorite scenes in movies is the Gandalf on the bridge with the Balrog. You just shut out pass. I love that scene. The score is amazing. I don't know. I could gush on this movie for hours, or for all the Lord of the Rings, but
Yeah.
I love them to pieces.
I like Two Towers the best.
Really?
I don't know why. It's just
Yeah,
it stood out to me
yeah,
as something that
They're all my 1A.
Nerd.
What?
Fellowship of the Ring or bust. Come
They're all my
on.
1A, 1B, 1C films. So I count them as one. But if I have to split,
Okay.
That's true.
Now, what about the Hobbit films? How do you feel about those? There's a big sigh that just happened.
yeah,
so.
I remember watching the first one, and I had to sit there after in the theater for a few minutes and think, did I like this, or was it just okay?
Oh man.
Because I was super excited
Uh-huh.
for it, and I've seen it several times since then. It's been on HBO and all that
Mhm.
several times, and I've grown to appreciate it more. Like I still enjoy it. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think it hit what I was wanting for it to hit
Right.
compared to the love I've had for the other 3.
If you were to cosplay as a character from The
Ooh,
Lord of the Rings, which one would you choose?
that's a good one.
I'm going Gollum. Maybe.
I would go Aragorn, I guess.
Solid.
I want
Maybe.
a big sword.
Yeah,
You
maybe,
know, to swish around.
Why not?
Why not?
I don't know, maybe Gimli
Hmm.
with the axe.
That's
That
the
or
one,
like a Hobbit, like I don't know, Sam or something. I don't know.
That's the one moment from the Hobbit films that I liked when he's like, "That's my wee lad Gimli," and you're like, "Gimli." Lord of the Rings, the other one that I like, way better.
Yep.
It's a fun adventure film. It's my favorite.
It is.
Of all the
Lord of the Rings. I didn't see the Hobbit films, so I can't chime in on those.
Films, I hate it. I remember, though, watching The Fellowship of the Ring. I have a story about this. Okay, so my older brother, who introduced me to this world and was really excited to watch this movie, was like, let's go. We all went with my dad to see it in the theater. And I was like, when was it released?
2001.
2001. So I was like 11 years old. Perfect age for this kind of film, right? So it gets to the end of the film. Sam
I gotta pee.
and Frodo.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta go to the bathroom.
Sam and Frodo are on like the cliffs looking over everything, and he's like, Frodo's like, I'm really glad you're with me, Sam. And then, roll credits, music goes, movie ends. And my dad stands up, and there's like all these kids in the audience, and he's like, what the fuck? I thought they were supposed to take the ring to Motown or whatever. What are they doing? What happened to all that? And we're like, Dad, trilogy. There are two more movies. God damn it, I can't sit through any more of this shit. You kids, you drag me to this. I can't pee. Like, he absolutely had a total mental meltdown after Fellowship of the Ring.
That's
He's
that's
like,
the end.
I thought it was one movie and it's done, and now I gotta go see the rest of them. He was traumatized by this. He hated it.
I remember a friend of mine having a similar reaction, not quite as as loud, but he was like, "That's it? That's the movie?" Like, I thought they were gonna get to there. I was like, "Yeah, there's two more." He's like, "I know, but I thought they were gonna get to Mordor with the ring, and then there would be more after."
Close it up, and then another one.
Yeah.
Kind of like Indiana Jones. We close this one up, and we'll open a new one.
Yeah,
like the case files of Indiana Jones.
It's not how it
case
works,
files
guys,
of Lord of
though.
the Rings.
I had read the books
long, beautiful journey.
right before I saw the films.
So you knew.
I knew what was going on, but it was just kind of happen chance that I started reading the books, and like on top of the book, it's like, movie coming out by New Line or whatever, and that's how I kind of found out about them. But
very good. I like it. I
love the films you brought today. I'm gonna have to check out. Remind me of the title of the first one.
The
Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance came out in 1962.
1962. John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart.
Is that on Amazon Instant Video?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta watch it.
I rewatched it on Netflix the other day. I was like, I need to rewatch this again, so it's fresh in my mind.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Gotta watch it.
So we started with Rush Hour. We went to odd couple team-ups with Shanghai Knights as well as 21 Jump Street. Stacy and I broke off and did adults that returned to high school for some reason, and did Billy Madison as well as Never Been Kissed. Yep. And Chris, you went to fish out of water situations with The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance as well as The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yes.
So now we're going to do movie link tweets. I tweet out off of our first link just to involve the audience. I said, what's your favorite movie with an odd couple team up? And I got a lot back. I'm going to have Stacy read them today. So there you go.
Okay. Ashley Davis says The Other Guys. Abe Lopez said Nothing to Lose. Lynette Charles said Twins. Good choice. Anthony Tobias said Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Texia said True Lies. Yes. Wonderful. Chindango said Midnight Run. Trevor Dillon said Zootopia.
Ooh,
Brian said Dragnet. Stephen Malovsky said Midnight Run, Lethal Weapon, Die Hard with a Vengeance, The Last Boy Scout, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Stefan Z said The Intern. Benjamin McElroy said Rush Hour, Red Heat. Zibbles Zeb, nice name, said Lethal Weapon. And Dober Man said The Three Fugitives.
Awesome. And we link it to Kevin Bacon. So Kevin Bacon was in Starting Over with Burt Reynolds, who was in The Cannonball Run with Jackie Chan, who was in Rush Hour.
Nice.
And now we're going to find out if it's better with Rocky. So,
oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this.
With your cold, we'll see. This is, would Rush Hour be better with Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, as Agent Carter? Ready and go.
This is the LAPD. We're the most hated cops in all the free world. My own mom is ashamed of me. Yo, she tells everybody I'm a drug dealer. So bad every time.
It's not just the sound, it's also the expression that you make on your face that makes it awesome.
Because I try to do the Stallone talking out of the side of the mouth thing. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
I try and channel
awesome.
him. Okay. Where can we find you, Miss Movies?
What about, let's start with Chris.
Sorry. Yeah.
Skalicky.
Yes, perfect. Awesome. There we
Chris
go.
Skalicky.
You can find me on Twitter at Schlick51, SCHLICK 51.
Okay, nice. Stacy?
You can find me on Twitter at SOHoward2012 and Instagram at StacyOHoward.
And you can find me all day, every day, and all day, every day on Twitter at Miss Movies and Miss_Movies on Instagram. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Chris, for coming on our
Thanks
show.
for having me.
We're excited that you came out here all the way from Missouri.
Yes.
No, yes,
Missouri.
Okay,
Yes, correct.
Oh,
awesome.
goodness.
All right, we'll
All
see you all next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
6 Degrees of Future Film is produced by StacyOHoward and me. Special thank you to Ken Knapsack for our intro and Matt Brown for our artwork.